Good morning, everybody. We are talking about mindset and weight loss and how maybe what's going on right here is the whole reason you can't lose weight. And with a little shift in mindset, you can, think yourself thinner. You can completely change your experience, your perception. Hey, Megan. You can change your motivation. You can change everything if you change your thought process a little bit. So we have five mindset hacks to completely change the way you're perceiving your entire weight loss journey to help stick it through to the end, keep you there. And if you hang out with me till the very end, I have a bonus one. So we're going to do 5 big mindset hacks, and I do have a little bonus one at the end. So you got to hang out for that. Tech kind of number 6-ish. So the first thing you need to do, this is not even part of the 5. The first thing you need to do is have a goal in mind. What are you trying to accomplish? And this needs to be crystal clear. Otherwise, how can you focus on what you need to focus on if you don't even know where you're trying to go? So that's why I always do an interview process with onboarding clients. I'm like, exactly what are we trying to accomplish? Because if you're expecting to get somewhere, but you don't really know where you're going, how on earth can we give you a roadmap? So get your goals crystal clear. And what you want to do, the easy thing to do is, your goal will be, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 15 pounds, 20, whatever. Insert your number of choice. Or I want to fit into my pre-baby jeans. Or I want that bikini that I bought at Target 2 years ago to fit again. Those are great, very legit goals I hear all the time. The biggest mistake is stopping there. I can't have your goal be, I want to lose 10 pounds or I just want those jeans to fit, because we need way more ammo than that when things get hard. So this is also part of the interview process is, okay, what is the real why behind your goal? It is always emotionally charged, especially for us ladies. We have feelings, all the feels, all the time. But it's never just about losing those 10 pounds. For me, personally, mine was, I want to look in the mirror and who I see looking back at me, I feel like reflect who I am on the inside. I feel like people who just see me don't actually know who I am. And I'm tired of being the one in the friend group that just always takes the picture because I don't want a picture of myself. I'm tired of hiding. That was my why. A really great one I heard recently from a client that we just started not too long ago. She's like, my negative self-image centered around the fact that I just can't get my weight where I'm comfortable is starting to negatively impact the relationships I have with people around me. What about a really solid why that I love helping women with is I want to feel comfortable enough in my own skin to get physical and intimate with my significant other again without just being worried about how I look the whole time. That's a really big reason why. So the first thing you need to do to get your mind right is get your goals, but then get your why behind them. That's your driving factor. Your why is the gas in the tank or the battery charger if you have a Tesla or whatever, but your why is going to keep you going. Once you have your why, we're going to go into the 5 mindset hacks. So if you see me kind of looking off to the side, it's because I actually made a little outline, which I have not done in a long time, but I put a lot of thought into this, of how to make this extremely user-friendly, that you guys can do these things right now. You don't have to go research anything, look up anything. This is stuff that you can watch right now and start doing today. That's the whole point. So I put a lot of thought into this. So mindset number 1. And all these things are going to be things you've heard before, but sometimes I just say things in different words or in a different language, or I'm super excited when I say them, so it's more fun. I don't know. But y'all are here, and I'm so excited to have you. So mindset 1, think long term. And this is a really big one. And I actually covered this, and I have an ebook I wrote, and it's the 5 traits of the most successful dieters, those who lost weight and kept it off. So if you don't have that ebook, shoot me a DM and I'll get you that link, because some of this stuff is covered in depth in there. It's free, don't worry. But basically it's thinking long term. You have to remove yourself from that instant gratification. Society has killed us all with that. We have Amazon Prime, Uber Eats. I want it now. I have it now, always. And I am not immune. I'm not judging. I'm doing it too. Like it was 2 minutes where I was supposed to do this and I was like, I want a coffee. God forbid I wait. Nope, I made one now. But we have to lose sight of that when we're trying to lose weight. In a weight loss cut, in a diet, sometimes you're going to be hungry. Hungry is not the devil. Hungry is a feeling. Sometimes you're cold, you put on a jacket. If you're hungry, sometimes you get to eat a snack. If you're hot, you take off a piece of clothing or you flip on the AC. Hungry is a feeling, a signal your body is giving to you. But sometimes you need to realize that that signal is not serving your long-term goals. So, okay, it's late at night, you're kind of munchy, you're hungry, but you ate your calories for the day. If you really are serious about your goals, you're probably better off having maybe some water and going to bed early. Thinking long-term and not caving into that instant gratification right in the moment. Know that sometimes those urges, those I'm hungry right now, or I want to do this right now, those things are temporary in the big picture of things, and they will pass and be conducive to a successful weight loss journey if you can get your shit together. It's not about saying no all the time. Let's say there's a donut at work. Sometimes you gotta say no. Sometimes you have to exercise that self-control in the moment for that long-sighted goal. You're thinking end game. You're not thinking, I wanna win the game right now. You're thinking, I wanna win the NBA playoffs, bitches, long term. But again, it's not always saying no. What if there is a couple bakeries locally and you love one of them more than anything? So when that bakery shows up and gives your work some free treats, you do go for it. You do enjoy it. And you chose to do that. But you don't let that trigger an all-out binge fest because you are still thinking long-term, and you get to know logically, keep your reasoning in check is, okay, I had X pastry, I had a donut, I had a croissant, whatever. I had that. In the grand scheme of things, in the next 6 months, this one moment will not matter all that much. I'm not going to do that. One croissant isn't going to cause that much damage in my long-term journey. But if that one croissant, every time I have it, is a gateway drug into bucket mode, and you just go ham for like the rest of the day into the weekend, that is going to be a huge detriment to your long-term success. So you have to think long-term logic. How is this best going to serve you? It's not always saying no, but it's realizing that your actions always have a role to play. For example, you don't always want to work out every single time. Hell, I didn't want to work out yesterday. I talked about that in my stories, but I went anyway. Was it the best? No. Was it the worst? No. It was fine. You have to be able to sometimes do what you don't want in the moment because you know it is what's going to serve your ultimate purpose. Does everyone who is a lawyer want to study all the time, go to law school, take the bar, take out student loans? No. But they have an ultimate goal, and they know they need to get uncomfortable a lot of times along the way in the journey to actually make it happen. Let's say you're really tired at night and your kiddo comes home, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, hey mom, I forgot, I signed you up. We have to bring cupcakes for Teddy's birthday tomorrow. And you're like, yes, super. Do you want to go to the grocery store? And do you want to go buy the things and make the cupcakes, or go even just have to get up earlier to buy the pre-made cupcakes on the way to dropping them off in the morning? Probably not, but you're going to do it anyway because it serves your higher purpose of supporting your daughter in those moments. I'm not even sure where that example came from because I don't have kids. But long-term thinking. Get out of the I need to do this right now, I feel this right now, I have to satisfy this urge right now. Think long-term, end game, long-term. That's mindset hack 1. Mindset hack 2, this is what I touched on this past weekend, is set your goals around what you're measuring your success on, things you can actually control. So I had a client set a goal like in 2 weeks from now, I want to see this specific number on the scale. And so her and I had a good talk. I'm like, I see where you're going with this. And I know we are ultimately trying to lose fat, and we are doing a fabulous job, but we can't set our goals to say, I want to see this number on the scale, because realistically, we have no control over that. If you do everything right, you may come a little bit short, or we could pass it. We actually don't know. But what we do have control over, and I actually had this conversation with the client, which is why yesterday, which is why I posted that we are 18 weeks away from Christmas. How freaky is that? But she was like, I want to be at my wedding weight. The weight I got married on by the time this Christmas rolls around. So I had to like break down the math and figure out the weeks and the rate of weight loss, all those things. And basically the conversation went around. I'm like, even if we play all the cards perfectly, we cannot guarantee that is going to happen. So if that is the goal and it doesn't happen, even if you made a zillion choices that were right and made so much progress, the goal would not have been met. But it's because we have no control over it. Like what we can control is like, let's say this week, I'm going to make sure I meet that protein goal because Hannah talks about it all the time, so it's gotta be important. Or I'm going to make sure every single day this week, I'm gonna meet my water goal. You have full control over that. Or every day or every week for this entire month, I am not going to miss one single workout because my schedule just doesn't allow the time. That is setting realistic goals. So you need to keep your mind on what you're barring your success on things that you can control. Don't say, I'm going to fit into those jeans in 2 weeks. Even if you do everything right, you might be really close, but you might be just shy. So then all of a sudden you think that you failed, when instead you could say, for 2 weeks, I'm going to get rest. Maybe I'm going to cool it on the drinking during the week, and I'm going to, pack my lunch because that's a healthier alternative than the fast food I've been doing. Those things you can control. So when you're setting your goals and you're measuring your success, make sure that you're putting yourself in the driver's seat and you're not left kind of like figuring out if you were successful or not. If you have no control over that optimal outcome, you can control a lot of variables: nutrition, exercise, sleep, water. You can control a lot of those things that are conducive to achieving a weight loss goal, but you have a lot more control over the variables than the actual numerical outcome. Food for thought. That was mindset hack 2. Mindset hack 3. And I got all of these from clients I'm working with right now because y'all are gold. You give me so much shit. I love it. Is let go of your limiting beliefs / former identities that are no longer serving you. So this client's probably going to watch this, so we're going to talk about this later because I have a Zoom with you. Is basically, she is one who says, I don't eat when I'm stressed and I'm busy, and then she stops her sentence. So that is who she is. When I am busy or I'm stressed out, I just don't eat. She is so severely metabolically adapted that we cannot lose weight without putting her at risk of starvation, malnutrition levels. So we are progressing her calories up. So okay, if you now are, we're going to use the name, let's call her Brenda. I am Brenda. I don't eat when I'm stressed out and when I'm busy. Brenda has kids, a husband, or maybe a boyfriend. I'm not sure. But Brenda has a family. Brenda is in healthcare. Brenda has patients. Brenda has a busy job. Brenda's life will always be busy and stressful. So if she doesn't lose the identity that I am Brenda and I don't eat when I am stressed out, she will never grow from that place. Let's use this line. My name is Sally. I don't know where these names are coming from. Who is Sally? Okay. I am Sally. Nothing works for me. Okay? Add on to your sentence. Nothing works for me. That I have tried before, but I know I can totally do this. If you associate yourself with something in the past that you were trying to get away from, you will never get away from it. For a very long time, I am Hannah, and I am uncomfortable in my own skin, and I, for the love of God, just want to lose weight. I'm Hannah, and I want to lose weight. That was part of my identity. And it was really weird when I actually started to lose some weight. I would self-sabotage because then I couldn't any longer be Hannah. I'm trying to lose some weight. Who am I if I lose weight? I am no longer that person. That identity I had to literally break up with to be able to move me forward. So if you're like, my job, I'm not going to be one of those people that ever is able to just drink enough water, then you won't. You need to disassociate yourself with I am blank, I am blank. Remove the titles that no longer serve you or are conducive to who you're trying to be, and rewrite your narrative. Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm fucking trying, and I'm okay making mistakes, but I'm gonna figure this out for me. That's a way better narrative than, hi, I'm Jen, and I can't figure this shit out. Period. Let go of what you were if what you were and are isn't who you want to be. Otherwise, you will never get out of that place. So, former identities you've got to break up with. It's actually harder to do than breaking up with a bad boyfriend, but it is worth it because you get to step into the you that you want to be. You get to write your own story for a change. All right. 4. Mindset hack number 4. Stop complaining. If you decide to start a diet, you chose that specific diet. So if you are on a very restricted calorie number, you chose that mode. If you can only eat foods off of a certain list, you chose that diet that gave you that list. So you chose it, and it's a challenge. So stop complaining about it. No one made you do it. No one forced you into it. It is a choice. Same thing if you're out to eat and you even have a bomb-ass flexible weight loss plan and it works because you're working with Coach Hannah. Shameless plug. What's up? But even if you have a super flexible weight loss plan and everything is going well and all of a sudden impromptu there's a spontaneous invite to dinner and you go and you realize some things on the menu probably wouldn't be in your nutrition plan, kind of not conducive to your goals, but you do see maybe an option that is maybe like some grilled chicken tacos, and instead of getting the pizza, you get the grilled chicken tacos but you hold the sour cream, whatever. You made the choice to get that to serve your ultimate higher purpose, that long-term goal. So order it, own it, and embrace it. Don't order something because I have to eat this and I can't eat that, and then complain about it the whole time. You can order whatever you want every single time. You can say yes to everything you want to say yes to. You can say no to everything you want to say no to, but don't say no and restrict yourself from something and then complain about it the whole time. And then don't say yes to something and then spend the next 5 days regretting that you said yes to it. Own your decisions and stop complaining, because you on a weight loss journey does impact those around you. It does, even if you're trying to keep it to yourself, and that's okay. Most of you are going to have really supportive people on your team, but it can be a challenge to watch someone change their lifestyle and you want to support them. So that in itself is a challenge. If you make it a total suck fest and complain the whole time, you're going to make sure you're miserable and everyone around you is just equally as miserable. So don't complain about it the whole time. No, it doesn't always have to be easy, but realize that you're the one that made the choice. You're the one that committed to this. You're the one that wants to do this. You're the one that wants the results. You're the one that's putting in the work, and you made the choice. So own it, and it's fine. I talked about this I have a mindset highlight. Yeah, I have a mindset highlight, and I actually use an example of my older brother who was a really good swimmer, but he hated swimming, so he complained about it all the time. Especially in swim season, they had 2-a-days when you're getting up early before work, scraping off the car, and it was mom and dad driving him there, and then swim practice after, and he always complained about it. And eventually my mom was like, listen, sweetheart, if you're going to complain about it the entire season, every season, it is going to be miserable. And you're not going to enjoy it. Even if you don't really want to go all the time, maybe just change the lingo a little bit and stop complaining about it and making yourself think it's going to suck so much, and maybe it won't suck as bad. And I remember he was a high school boy, and I remember him saying, you were right. It wasn't as bad once I didn't tell myself it was going to suck so bad. So stop complaining so much. Stop telling yourself you're miserable all the time, and maybe put a little bit of a positive spin on things like, whoo! Today is hard. Ugh. Hopefully tomorrow's better. And it really totally can be. So that was hack 4. Stop complaining. Put a little bit of a positive spin on it. And it actually isn't as bad as you're complaining as like you're making it out to be. All right. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Let me catch up. Here we go. All right. Mindset operative number 5. You are the one that is in control of your choices. A huge thing I have to work with clients, and I see this all the time when people DMing me, is like, my schedule's so busy, it's always subject to change, da 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 da. Like, I get it. Life is a cyclone almost every single day. Some days it's a cyclone, other days it's a mild breeze, but usually there's something that's going to fly past you. It's insane. So you can't expect to make forward progression if your entire thought process is based on reacting to your environment. You have to develop a sense of control, normalcy, and planning to see success. So with my clients, I'm like, get a stake in the ground. Put that stake in the ground, so when the cyclone of life is spinning around you, you're not just spinning around wondering what the hell's going on. You have something solid. For me, my stake in the ground is I will not skip a workout because I'm too busy. I'm always going to drink my water, and I can always control what I put in my mouth. Okay, those are my stakes in the ground. Find your own. But if you're constantly reacting to the environment and just blaming that you have no control over things, you will never gain control over your results. Ever. Everyone is busy. So here, I had something written down. I feel like I had something really good written down. No, I think I missed it. I don't know. I scrolled past something earlier. But basically is, if you're just constantly reacting and never being proactive about your results, you can't be baffled why you're not getting anywhere. If it's, oh, well, they only had this at the party. You can't expect anyone to give a rat's ass and cater to your nutritional needs if you're trying to make certain nutrition choices. That's on you. So if you don't think you're going to be happy with a spread at a place and you don't have a very flexible plan, eat before you go, or bring snacks, or eat after. Just because there's alcohol there doesn't mean you have to drink it. Just because you go to a party doesn't mean you need to eat every appetizer on your way to the main event. No one is going to throw you down and shove food and drinks down your throat in a social setting. You have control. Stop letting your environment dictate your choices. Be in control of your choices. Environment can play a role, but if you don't take ownership, you'll never get anywhere. So that was mindset hack number 5. So we're going to review all 5 real quick, give you a bonus one, and then a preview because I got something coming next week. What's up? All right. So real quick review. Keep this in mind. This is a great quote I heard from Dr. Lane Norton is, if you do what you've always done, you will get what you have always gotten. So if you don't change your thought process and your perception and your expectations, you never will get anywhere. So mindset number 1, you got to think long term. Sometimes instant gratification isn't serving us, and you might have to get uncomfortable in the moment to ultimately get where you want to go. Long-term sighted here, you guys. You don't always want to work out. Not every workout's going to be the most fun you've ever had, but sometimes that's the workout that you need to do the most to keep your momentum going the right direction. Long-term. Number 2, let go of identities and limiting beliefs that are no longer serving you. If you are just the girl that just never has time to meal prep, okay, then you will never be the girl that has time for meal prep. Maybe find a meal prep service that does it for you. There's always something that you can do. So let go of identities that make you shut the door on other opportunities. Mindset number 3. Oh, whoops. That was 3. Okay. The limiting beliefs is number 3. Rewind. All right. Whoops. Number 2 is set the goals around things you can control. You can't control the scale, but you can control a lot of variables that ultimately impact movement on the scale. Your nutrition, your water, your exercise, your rest. You can control variables to the optimal outcome. All right, so number 1, think long term. Number 2, be realistic about what you can control when you're goal setting. Number 3 is letting go of those former identities that no longer serve you. Number 4, stop complaining and predicting that the whole thing is going to suck and be awful and it's not going to work, because then it's going to suck. You're going to have an awful time and it's probably not going to work. Change the narrative. Stop complaining so much. Number 5, know you are always in control of you, your reaction, your choices, your actions, despite your environment. All of those 5 really need to be married back to what I talked about in the very beginning, a rock solid why. It needs to be more than just those 10 pounds. What are those 10 pounds really holding you back from? The ability to be intimate with your significant other, the ability to actually go to the pool and have a good time for the first time in your adult life, get a rock solid goal, a rock solid why behind it, and those 5 mindset hacks, and you are well on your way to changing your life around weight loss and being comfortable in your own body. Ready for the bonus one? Here we go. Bonus mindset hack is eyes on your own paper, you guys. Stop comparing what you are doing and where you are in your journey to what your neighbor's doing, or what that other girl across the gym is doing, or what she's fit, she's skinny, what's she doing? Shiny ball syndrome, you're talking to the queen, can be a detriment, because then you're not going to stick with anything that you're doing long enough to actually get anywhere and see it through. So eyes on your own paper. And this ties right into, I have something really exciting coming next week. A lot of you guys saw some sneak peeks where I did a fitness photo shoot recently, and I'm super excited to share those with you guys. But before and after shots that include like a fitness photo shoot and how long it took to get there, and my before and afters are extremely misleading. So just because something is true doesn't mean it's fully transparent and honest. So next week I have a post coming. I have an email going out to subscribers only. So if you're not a subscriber, you got to shoot me a DM, because it's going to be a good one. And then I'm going to do a live next week all about having your perception and your expectation be in alignment with where you're trying to go. Because if your expectation and your perception are what's wrong, it could be the difference literally between a lifelong healthy lifestyle and body you love versus a life of yo-yo dieting, nothing works for me, why can other people figure it out but I can't? And it really can boil down to your expectations and your perceptions. That is coming next week in a live, in a post, and to email subscribers. So also, if you guys watch from the very beginning, those of you that came in late, just watching the beginning, I do have an ebook that touched on some of this mindset stuff. That's free. If you don't have my ebook and you want it, shoot me a DM. Or if you don't want to miss out on that bomb-ass email next week, all setting you up for long-term success, shoot me a DM and I'll get you on that subscriber list. But this is when I'm about to be done. So if y'all have any questions, you probably want to drop them in now, so I see them. Or if you want to comment below later, I am happy to answer anything. I'm here for you guys. These are mindset things that can really change your life, and they're things I do with clients all the time. Just get out of your own damn way. Get out.